Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, the 8th of June, 2021. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. In the headlines, St. David female accuses 3 police officers of brutality that reopened her wound from a recent surgery. President of the Florida Government School Parent Teachers Association says still no response from the Ministry of Education, despite their plea for assistance. Police appeal to individuals to trust their judgment and allow the law to take its course following Monday's homicide. Our analyst tonight is consulting clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu. In around the globe, Antigua and Barbuda, Prime Minister offers illegal immigrants a 4-month extension if they get vaccinated against COVID-19. The Democratic Republic of Congo to begin phased return of residents to Goma following volcanic eruption. Coming up in sports, West Indies squad announced for first Betway Test match against South Africa. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's news at 7. Allegations of police brutality are being made by a female residing in St. David. Candy Joseph is demanding justice following what she calls total abuse of power, allegedly by 3 law enforcement officials. Details in this report.
Candy Joseph, a resident of Lashington, David, sought the help of the media to highlight an alleged incident she calls police brutality, which occurred last Friday night near her home. The young mother said after flogging her 2 children, 12 and 14 years old, earlier that day, the children subsequently went to hide by a neighbor. She said that approximately after 10 p.m. that night, she awoke to police officers at her door.
The 4th day of June, I was already in my bed, and while lying there, I heard like somebody was calling out to me, "Good night, good night." I woke up, and then while coming outside, I heard one of the persons say, "Good night, this is St. David Police Station." So I came out and I opened the door. When I opened the door, I realized there was 3 male police officers. So they tell me that they got a report stating that I put out my children. So I explained to them, I say, well, that's not true. And I explained to them what had really transpired, you know. So the officers say, okay, well, that's not the report they really got. It was something different. Somebody called and say that I put the children out that hour. I suspected it was a neighbor. So at the same time the police left, I came outside and I saw that a group of them was standing down, lower down from where I'm living. So I went down there and I was telling them about, you know, look what they're doing. How you all could do such thing like that. After the police left, I came down here. Them girls, them was sitting, the neighbor and the others, they were sitting right there. So we was more like this way. So me and the young lady that got in the argument, we was like this way. So the police will probably come back up and probably see them. But show my back turn and already paying attention. That's where most of the fight broke out. So I bowed to my back now, and the officer had me in my neck. One of the officers grabbed me from behind and grabbed me from my neck and was holding me so tight. And while he grabbed me from behind and was squeezing me so tight, the other two officers start throwing blow to my face. I get slapped, I get punched in the eye. But if you look at under my eye properly, you see one is darker than one. That's from one of the blow that I got. To tell you the honest truth, if I remember which one did it, I really don't know, because it was both of them just pointing cough and slap to my face. My breast was literally out, and my breast was literally in the officer's hand. How he had me, my panty was outside. I was totally exposed. Tell them, leave her now. And the officer just took me. So I ain't know thing, and I just go over. Just throw me over there on the ground. I got up and I come back out. One in blue that I didn't recognize, he threw me over there.
Joseph says it was bad enough that the 3 male officers accosted her, but the way she was handled almost put her health at risk. After recently undergoing surgery, she claimed the manhandling she was subjected to left her with a reopened wound.
After doing the surgery, because of what happened, how it squeezed me so tight in the belly, I guess it ruptured the surgery, kind of affected it, and days after I was noticing little bleeding and stuff and things like that.
Joseph said she went to police headquarters in St. George to file a report, but feels as if she's being carried through a rigmarole. She's hoping that the matter can be addressed so that no one else will suffer the same fate.
And from that day, I took it to higher authorities and went on the fort. The officer and desk told me them I need to speak to, and them I need to lay out the complaint to. So they gave me the doctor papers. I went out and I get the doctor papers and stuff. And I went in and I gave them the report to the officers. And from listening to the officers, what I was getting out of them is they're already finding ways to make up for what happened. And I feel the way I felt after leaving there and while being there, I feel like I already get the feeling that there wasn't going to be proper justice. I really like for the police or the commissioner of police and the government of Grenada to do the excessive necessary that they need to do or set in place to ensure that these officers doesn't go about doing this thing to other people.
GBN visited the St. David police station to inquire about the initial report of the incident and was referred to the Community Relations Department. We were promised a follow-up into the alleged report as the officers on duty at the time the report was made were absent. 1 week ago, police arrested and charged one of their own after a civilian reported abuse against the officer. Corporal of Police Kenny Harry was charged for the offense of grievous harm following an alleged incident between himself and a resident of Pearl St. Andrew that occurred on February 13, 2021. Harry was granted bail in the amount of $10,000 with one surety. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
The head of the Community Relations Department is appealing to members of society who solicit the services of the RGPF to let the law take its course. Details in this report.
Superintendent Vannie Kerwin, head of the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, is calling on members of the public to work alongside the police and give them an opportunity to do their jobs following Monday's stabbing death of Lindy Skinner Maureen. Her death followed an issue concerning money owed to her alleged killer, Calvin Frank, which was due to be paid the evening of the incident, a matter which was resolved by the members of the South St. George Police Station minutes before the murder occurred. Despite the mediation provided by the officers and agreement being made among the parties involved, the accused did not see out his end of the agreement to wait until Monday evening. Superintendent Kerwin is appealing to individuals who seek help from the police to trust their judgment.
Everything is instant. We know that we are living in an instant society, but not everything happens instantly. And I think, people just need to be patient. People just need to be tolerant. If you make a report to the police, give the police an opportunity to do what needs to be done. We do give feedback, and if you don't hear from us, we ask that you call into the station where you make the report.
Superintendent Kerwin said if after making a report, one is not pleased with the manner in which it has been resolved, a report can be made to the Community Relations Department against the police officers.
And if you think you have called in and you are not satisfied, the Community Relations Department is set up to be able to look into how delays our own professional conduct and everything else that affects the smooth and fluid flow of transaction from the police to the public. So it's unfortunate. As you rightfully said, it's just a matter of minutes. An hour have not yet even elapsed, and here we are.
Lindy Skinner Marine was stabbed to death, allegedly over $150 she owed to the accused man Calvin Frank, who remains in police custody. No charge has been laid against him. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
On Monday, Grenada recorded its first homicide following a brutal stabbing incident in Jonglei, St. George. Lindy Skinner Marine, a food vendor, is the victim, and one of the people most scarred by this incident is her young daughter, who witnessed the horrific attack, receiving injuries herself. Now, according to Superintendent Kerwin, preliminary investigations revealed that the accused, Calvin Frank, reported to police at the South St. George police station that the victim owed him $150 and requested police assistance. Our analyst tonight is consulting clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu. Welcome, Dr. Panchu.
Thank you for having me.
Now, after a gruesome incident similar to Monday's, Dr. Panchu, how can we help or encourage people to choose non-violence acts to resolve disputes? Are we missing something as a people?
I would agree with you when you suggest or seem to ask, are we missing something? Yes, we're missing something. There is a better way, a more productive way, a positive way to resolve conflict. And I think sometimes people are too easy to display the emotions of anger and rage. And what we saw yesterday is an indication that the individual did not engage his cognitive thinking, rational thinking capacity. It resulted in our very first homicide for the year. Very gruesome. 2 families are mourning. We have a young lady who witnessed the gruesome slaying of a mother, who inevitably will be scarred for the rest of her life, going on into adulthood. She is going to require a considerable amount of psychological help and therapeutic help. So what we saw was a display of anger, unabated anger and rage. And so sometimes what happens, the way the mind works is that when the body perceives danger, and sometimes danger does not have to be real. It could be based upon the early experiences of trauma or childhood trauma. Something is triggered and the body now reacts, and it produces adrenaline that sets the heart rate beating faster. It's adrenaline is really glucose, blood sugar, simple sugar, to give you energy. And when that happens, it blurs your vision. It thwarts your thinking. You become dizzy. That's why in an argument or in the heat of a fight or an intense discussion, we can literally black out. We can literally lose sense of time and reality. And that's why very often we say people who experience these kinds of feelings that they experience temporary insanity. And what we saw yesterday was the failure of one person to engage their rational thinking capacity of the brain. And we had the tragic result as we did.
Indeed, and so sad. In terms of any tips, and are there any differences in terms of this type of temporary insanity you describe with males versus females when it comes to crimes that we've seen over the past few years? And how can we start addressing these issues? Is it something that can be addressed in the moment? If I'm feeling angry, I can bring myself to a level of awareness, or do we need to start that level of awareness much earlier, in whether it's in schools?
Okay, so there are a multiplicity of questions that can take me.
I know.
But let me say, yes, it is very difficult. It is very, very difficult to disengage when our bodies and our minds are in a stress response mode. When the adrenaline and the cortisol are being produced, it is very difficult sometimes to pull apart and engage rational thinking. So the question you ask becomes very, very important. Can we and how do we engage before we reach the point of seemingly no return? This is where self-discipline and rational thinking come into play. If we start at a convenient age, and it doesn't matter whether it is childhood, teenager, or adult, we must start to think rationally. We must start to think empathetically. We must start putting ourselves in the position of other people. Our central nervous system engages, and it engages the brain to feel and to consider life as precious. So these are virtues, and these are things that we can train our mind to engage itself, so that when situations become difficult, when we are engaged in an argument, when we engage in a conflict and there seems to be no end, we have already trained the brain and the body to respond, to walk away, or to disengage, or to run away, or to say, let's do this another time. So this is not what happened. What happened there was a full-blown, expressive disengagement of reality and rational thinking that ended the way it did. But yes, we can train ourselves, and we can train the brain, and we can train ourselves to respond in more productive and positive ways when we are in a conflict situation.
Thank you so much for your response. Our analyst for tonight, Dr. Augustine Panchu, a regular face on the GBN platforms. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
There are unconfirmed reports from Carriacou of a missing fisherman at sea. Police say they have not received any such report up to news time about this matter. The name of the alleged missing man was given to GBN. However, it is being withheld until further details are confirmed. The man is from mainland Grenada and was working on a fishing vessel from Petit Martinique. Reports are that the man left the island sometime Monday night and did not return. This is News at 7. Coming up, Labour senator puts forward a motion meant to ensure government keeps its promise relating to Grenlec shares. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We've been down, but not out. It's been hard, but we've persevered together. We each have a role in Grenada's successful recovery, nourishing our families, guiding our children, caring for our communities, energizing our lives. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
If it's tech, we got it. If it's an appliance, we've got that too. Dad, if you want it, you should get it this Father's Day at Quartz. Quartz has unbeatable prices, up to 30% off selected products. So whatever you want, you should get it. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win. Big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Open borders with the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Agriculture and Fisheries Senator Roderick St. Clair temporarily withdrew a motion to be retabled at another sitting that calls for the establishment of quarterly timelines for activities and projects under the estimates of revenue and expenditure for 2021. All this after the leader of government's business in the Senate failed in his bid for a complete withdrawal of the motion.
Citing that the aim of the motion is already enshrined within government's budgeting process, leader of government's business in the Senate, Simon Steele, requested the withdrawal of the motion by Senator Roderick St. Clair. However, given the opportunity to continue, Senator St. Clair, while admitting that the corporate plan under the budget details the specifics, said the challenges lie with the absence of that publicized plan.
So I'm yet to see, which is catered for in the publication 1 week after this budget was passed, for the publication of those plans. And because I take it, as Senator Steele is trying to allude, that there is another plan apart from this, what is contained in the budget.
He says the substantive issue under the motion is the issue of time, which can measure whether something is happening or not. Senator still maintains that the motion put forward is covered under the corporate plan.
And that corporate plan is over a 3-year period. That corporate plan links into our National Sustainable Development Plan, which is our 15-year vision. And then that corporate plan is then broken down into work plans for every single ministry and every division within those ministries. And those work plans speak to precisely what Senator St. Clair is asking for, which is a breakdown of the high-level programs through to projects, through to initiatives. That level of granularity with timelines for delivery on a quarterly basis.
Senator Nolan Cox says there is a disparity in what the motion is requesting and the substantive issues brought forward.
It clearly presents some level of redundancy what is already ongoing. I do not know if there is, Mr. President, there is any specific information on a particular project or projects that the member might be particularly interested in that we can address. So that is not an issue.
Labour Senator Andre Lewis stood in support of the motion, impressing that the Senate debates matters of national importance.
We want to manage time, but we must not sacrifice the debate on the interest of time. We must not sacrifice to advance. That if we debate the matter, we're looking at time, because these are redundant. And there's nothing wrong in being redundant sometimes. Sometimes redundancy emphasizes that which you want to emphasize.
Several senators stood to contribute before Senator St. Clair temporarily withdrew the motion to be retabled in the future after careful deliberation with the President of the Senate. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Labour Senator Andre Lewis put forward a motion in the Senate for government to remain the majority shareholder in Grenlec and that any government shares divested go to local companies, nationals locally and in the diaspora for purchase. We get more in this report.
Labour Senator Andre Lewis says the Labour movement's motion seeks to ensure that government stays the course, as was outlined when the shares were initially repurchased from WRB. Pointing to government's selection of a board of directors to manage the affairs of Grenlec, Lewis says he hopes the team will be led with professionalism and not be influenced by political considerations.
Because the board of directors sets policies, follow the policies of the annual general meetings. Yes, it is important that the composition of the board be such that it is driven by competency, qualifications, and the ability to do the job. All of these must lend itself, Mr. President, for the proper of functioning of so prized an asset.
The Senator is advocating for the composition of the Board of Directors to continue having a worker representative selected democratically by GBN workers. An amendment to the motion was proposed by Leader of Government's Business, Simon Steele.
Now therefore be it resolved that the Senate supports the government of Grenada's efforts to develop and implement a strategy that will ensure the long-term viability of GBN, enabling it to best serve the people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique for generations to come, while contributing to mitigating the negative effects of climate change. And two, and that the Senate supports the government of Grenada's position that citizens of Grenada should be given preference to purchase shares sold by the government of Grenada in GBN.
Senator Steele says government has no intention of running GBN. Private sector Senator Christopher Diali says while they support the motion in principle, since GBN is publicly traded, mixed messages will be sent to potential investors.
As a single one majority shareholder, and get me clearly, if I maintain 51% of the shares as a single majority shareholder, by virtue of that, I basically control the board and the appointees on the board, and there is no doubt about that. And if I do that, I basically control the company and a lot of its operations. And I don't think we want government to be the operator of this particular company based on its importance.
The motion was approved by the Senate with several amendments. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Grenada's homicide-free streak for the year 2021 came to an end on Monday morning after a brutal stabbing incident in the south of the island. One woman is dead while a man remains in police custody.
Our early investigation revealed that the accused has made a report to the South St. George police station prior to the incident this morning. The report revealed a sum of money that was owing to him by the deceased. The police at South St. George responded to his report, and an arrangement was made that a small sum be paid this afternoon. The police satisfied that the matter was properly handled and have left the scene. Subsequently, Mr. Frank is alleged to have used a knife and inflicted several stab wounds to the body of the victim.
Our online audience shared their opinions on the situation. Hazel commented, "This is so senseless. I hope Grenada has proper long-term counseling for her traumatized daughter." Janelle added, "If he did all of that, it was a premeditated crime of passion and has very little to do with the money owed to him. These men out here refuse to stand their losses when a woman moves on. It's either you're theirs or nobody's. So sad." Another individual commented, "This really hurts my heart. Some men are so wicked, like, boy, where is your heart? This young woman is damaged for life, and some folks need to do better than this. Not everything you have to video and put on the internet." Lorene wrote, "Now he's still not getting the $150 and he's going to sit up in Richmond Hill. How stupid." And Bianca commented, "I will always say this time and time again. The police system needs to start questioning people a bit deeper. It takes a lot for someone to come to the police station to make a report. Most times things are on the person's mind and they don't know how to control it anymore, so their silent thoughts are overpowering what's right. Asking one routine question does not determine how mentally unstable that person has gotten to the point of reaching out. It could be something that simple. I am not blaming the police for his actions because he's a fool for this, but over the past few years, many persons made reports, then killed straight after, which shows some activities been going on over a period of time." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, let's take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
This little police officer in tonight's GBN Eyesore pulled up to career day in a different way. Our Eyesore reporter asked the question, do we go to school on a police bike dressed in uniform? Well, this policeman for a day did. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
That is way cool. Still ahead, the legacy left by Gordon V. Steele, OBE, former managing director of the Grenada Cooperative Bank. A man managing director, Richard Duncan, describes as a leader and manager extraordinaire, a reflection on his life. This is News at 7.
1, 2, 3. Happy Father's Day!
Sunday, June 20th. Get ready for a special Father's Day edition of YT Virtual Bingo. We're giving away a whole lot of money, up to $10,000 to be won. And tickets cost just $8. 5 lucky fathers will win a special cash prize. You know the deal. If you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofet.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofet.com. So, get your tickets now and enjoy all the fun and excitement online. Sunday, June 20th. Get ready for a special Father's Day edition of YT Virtual Bingo, the new way to play bingo.
Open borders with the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us, help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
And look, rhythm coconut, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spice syrup. Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited. Class codes? Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals. I'll have the spicy rum and the
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Black mourning flags have been hoisted while the corporate and national flags are being flown at half-mast as Grenada Cooperative Bank mourns the passing of a man they describe as a visionary, leader, and mentor. Blossom Alexis Welch has the details.
The Board of Directors, management, staff and customers at Grenada Cooperative Bank are speaking in glowing terms of Gordon V. Steele, OBE, a former managing director and member of the board of the financial institution who passed away last Friday. Mr. Steele devoted his entire working life to building Grenada's prestigious and sole indigenous commercial bank, having successfully steered the institution through 5 distinct decades. In an exclusive interview with GBN on Tuesday, current Managing Director at Cooperative Bank, Richard Duncan, described Mr. Steele as a leader and manager extraordinaire.
From the early days of everything being manual, with one branch on Church Street, to fully electronic, with global reach, has been a phenomenal stint on his path. He has seen the staff growth over the years from just under a dozen in his time to over 200 today. He has been not just a clerk, a supervisor, a manager, a managing director. He was also a director of the bank in his own right.
Mr. Duncan notes that apart from his financial acumen, he never forgot that the bank was founded as a penny bank for Grenada's ordinary people.
Of course, his years of wisdom, his ability to strike compromise at the level of the board, his understanding of the dynamics in management as well as on the board, those things obviously will be missed. But I think it is fair to say that he ensured that the bank had built enough capacity in the current leadership as well as on the board, such that his legacy of building a strong, noble, robust indigenous bank will live on.
Mr. Duncan says one of the pivotal decisions made by Mr. Steele almost 30 years ago paved the way for Co-op Bank's growth and advancement.
The record would show, in my view, that one of the most significant decisions that the bank has ever made, and obviously Mr. Steele had a role to play in that, was in 1992, when Royal Bank of Trinidad and Tobago made an uninvited and unwelcome attempt to purchase Grenada Cooperative Bank, arguing at the time that Cooperative Bank was too small, did not have the human resource capacity, could not afford the information technology to compete against First Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Bank of Nova Scotia. That uninvited approach was repelled, rejected by Mr. Steele and the Board of Directors at the time. the history has been written that we not only acquire the human resources, the information technology, or the systems, but we have been able to bulk up in size to become the largest commercial bank in Grenada until there was an acquisition by another bank.
In 2007, Mr. Steele was conferred the honor of Officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, OBE, for his meritorious service to the banking industry in the state of Grenada. Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN News.
It's a call for all Grenadians to be ready in the event of a disaster, keeping in mind we are in the hurricane season. Officials from the National Disaster Management Agency are reminding the nation of some of the things that need to be done in order to be prepared.
Store water in plastic containers and avoid using containers that will decompose or break like milk cartons or glass bottles. Keep at least 3 days' supply of water in the house for drinking, preparing food, and for personal use. These are some of the tips issued by the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, in reminding persons to be disaster prepared as we are in the hurricane season. With just 8 days in the season, forecasters have already predicted an above-average season of 17 named storms, 8 hurricanes and 4 major hurricanes for this year. Osbin Cosby, Communications Officer within NADMA, gave some other tips on how Grenadians can be prepared.
First, start with an assessment of you, your home, and your family. What are some of the things that you would have invested in over all these years? And remember, children are also an investment because we have them. They are cherished lives that we want to see around us. Our elderly, our parents, our foundation members, our home, our important documents. Because remember, a hurricane affecting us is the least of your headache. Living after, with the destruction that it leaves in its path, will you be prepared to continue and recover thereafter?
After 17 years, Cosby says that persons are still recovering from Hurricane Ivan. She spoke of the issue of missed information and how it affects the preparation process.
People acting irresponsibly and going out there and just sharing information that are not the truth and setting off panic buttons and having people moving as though there's so much happening and there isn't. When we are not expecting a system, I think we should all be grateful. Not try to call wolf when a wolf does not exist. Because when the wolf is really coming, is sent, then people will not respond appropriately. So, to our people out there that are guilty of this, we ask you to stop.
The communications officer says that complacency is not an option at any time as the weather is unpredictable.
We had a prediction, that initial prediction last year, but then it changed in the middle of the season and we went into hyper mode where we had some 6+ systems outside in the Atlantic at one time. While we were not affected directly from these systems, everybody cannot speak like us. And the only thing that we can do to ensure that lives, livelihoods and property are protected at all times is to be prepared.
For GBN News, I am Rena Ped Thomas reporting.
Stay with us. Weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Always have you covered. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and hazy with a few light to moderate showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in open water. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are low at 7:15 p.m. and high at 12:33 a.m. On Wednesday, the sun will rise at 17 minutes to 6 in the morning and set at 6:31. Weather partly cloudy and hazy with scattered light to moderate showers and possible isolated thunder showers, so keep your umbrellas close. On Thursday, partly cloudy to cloudy and hazy with a few morning showers, becoming generally fair during the afternoon. And on Friday, the weather's looking generally fair and hazy. That's it for your weather forecast right here on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. Cricket West Indies has named the West Indies men's 13-member squad for the first Betway Test match against South Africa. The Test squad includes one newcomer in Jaden Seals, the exciting 19-year-old fast bowler from Trinidad and Tobago and a former member of the West Indies Under-19 World Cup squad in 2020, who has been very impressive since he emerged on the scene. The panel also recalled Shea Hope, the top-order batsman, and Kieran Powell, the experienced left-hander opener. Hope last played Test cricket in England in July last year, while Powell's last Test appearance was in Bangladesh in December 2018. The Spice Boys will be looking to rebound when they take on Montserrat at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on Tuesday. Head coach Michael Findlay on Monday said he expects the team to rebound quickly and finish the qualifiers on a positive note.
We've got our due diligence and review of the NTD game, what we think we did well and what we think we could early. That is part of our preparation process. So we've completed that. The staff now will consider what we feel we need from a selection lineup, and we make those decisions over the next 24 hours. But we're not in the position at this point to decide if we're going to make changes to the starting lineup. But as I say, that happens in the next 24 hours.
Coach Findlay said fatigue was not a concern for the players going into the game on Tuesday.
No, as I said, I think these players are, first of all, they're not here if they're not of a high quality and of a professional standing. I'm, incredibly impressed with our support staff around us. They're due diligence in terms of making sure these players' recovery and regeneration is of the highest order. Our travel period was challenging, but we tried to mitigate those damages by some very strong off-field activities to make sure they're physically and emotionally ready to go. So we're on island here now, and we'll have our skating session later on today and prep for it, and they'll get the rest and they'll be ready to go tomorrow night.
They remain in fourth place in Group A standing of the qualifiers, taking third place Montserrat. The match should be ongoing currently, and the GBN will update on the results in another newscast. The Spice Boys' next regional tournament is the 2021 CONCACAF Gold Cup, scheduled for July 10th to August 1st. National athletes Melanie Rodney, 400 meters, Orielua Cherubin, swimming, and Haley Hazard, 100 and 200 meters, recently graduated from their respective universities. Rodney, who majored in sociology, graduated from the University of California, Los Angeles with a bachelor's degree. She is Grenada's first female athlete to win an Olympic medal when she won the bronze at the women's 400 meters during the 2014 Youth Olympic Games in Nanjing, China. Cherubin graduated with a master's degree in chemistry from Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. She is hoping to pursue a PhD in analytical chemistry. Hazard graduated from the University of Virginia with a bachelor's degree in English and a minor in government. She is hoping to continue her education at the University of Southern California, Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism. Cherubin has been offered 2 scholarships to pursue her PhD, one from her school in the Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, and the other from the University of Cincinnati. She has chosen IUPUI to pursue her PhD. She defends her thesis in July. Meanwhile, Olympian Kanika Beckles competed over the weekend in the USA Track and Field Showcase. She finished 4th in 55.93 seconds as the meet was held at the Prairie View A&M Stadium in Texas, USA. The 2021 NCAA Division I Outdoor Track and Field Championships will kick off this Wednesday at the Hayward Field Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, USA. Melanie Rodney is down to compete for UCLA in the semifinals of the women's 400 meters on Thursday. She is in semifinal number 2 of the 3 semifinals. That's it for sports. Our original segment is up next. This is your One Caribbean hookup. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, says his administration will give illegal immigrants a 4-month extension if they get vaccinated against COVID-19. In making the announcement, the Prime Minister said that undocumented immigrants, providing they do not have a criminal record, would not be removed from the country if they come forward to get the vaccine.
That's done. The whole idea is to give legal effect to the decision, because ordinarily, if you're not legally resident in the country, then clearly you would have broken the law. So it was a form of, let's say, temporary legitimization of their stay in the country to facilitate them literally regularizing the status to that period and to allow them to get vaccinated. It's more of a health decision to protect the entire population because, again, as I said, we are as vulnerable as the most vulnerable.
Meanwhile, residents of Abaco who lost everything when Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas in 2019 will receive free homes. MP Darren Henfield said construction will begin in the coming weeks.
The DRA has already cleared the proposed site for the building of homes donated by the Bakers Bay Group. And it is anticipated, I talked to the contractor yesterday, it is anticipated that construction on the 5 model homes in that community will commence within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, I'm sure there are going to be more than 50 homes. I'm almost positive of that. And these homes will be given to Bahamians whose homes were destroyed, who lost their homes in the storm, will be given to them free. Free. Grants. No payments. Gratis. And this is about to start.
Internationally, the Democratic Republic of Congo says it will begin a phased return of residents to Goma, the eastern city hit by a volcanic eruption last month that destroyed thousands of homes. We get the details in this report.
Democratic Republic of Congo will start a phased return of residents to Goma on Tuesday, the government has said, following a volcanic eruption that destroyed thousands of homes and threatened to overrun the city. Mount Nyiragongo erupted on May 22nd, killing at least 31 people and wiping out villages as a river of lava flowed towards Goma. It stopped just short of the city limits, but less than a week later, some 400,000 people scrambled to leave. That was after the government warned underground tremors could cause a new eruption or trigger the release of toxic gases. The tremors have since subsided and many have returned to Goma. Around 245,000 remain displaced, according to the International Organization for Migration. Nyiragongo is one of the world's most active and dangerous volcanoes, and the last eruption in 2002 killed more than 200 people. Prime Minister Jean-Michel Sama-Lukonde said lessons had to be learned from 2002 and 2021, and sites on the outskirts of Goma that were destroyed should no longer be inhabited. According to the government, people made homeless would be temporarily rehoused and given assistance to rebuild.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I am Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Let's recap the headlines. St. David female accuses 3 police officers of brutality that reopened her wound from a recent surgery. President of the Florida Government School Parent Teachers Association says still no response from the Ministry of Education, despite their plea for assistance. Police appeal to individuals to trust their judgment and allow the law to take its course following Monday's homicide. Our analyst tonight was consulting clinical psychologist psychologist Dr. Augustine Pantru. In Around the Globe, Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister offers illegal immigrants a 4-month extension if they get vaccinated against COVID-19. And the Democratic Republic of Congo to begin phased return of residents to Goma following volcanic eruption. In sports, West Indies squad announced for first Betway Test match against South Africa. If you missed any parts of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or check out our Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.